What's up, fam? Hope everybody's doing fantastic out there. I am excited about this one. This is a knife that I am deeming as a damn near perfect knife. I have not been able to put this thing down since I got it in the other day. I have fidgeted with it at the desk, at the chair, sitting watching TV. I took it to work last night, and I mean, it has just been a fidget beast, and I've gotten some great pocket time with it. Anyway, let's carry on into it. So as you can see, this is from my good friend Shane at Takcom. This is a yet to be named prototype folder. He has done a couple renditions of this. He is looking at making some changes. We'll talk about those changes. But first, I'm just going to dive straight in and just look at this beautiful titanium. Take a look at the blade and everything, and just go from there. So diving in here, so we are taking a look at some really crazy pattern titanium. So this has just like a micro rock texturing on top of almost a, or underneath almost a orange peel texture as well. On the titanium, you do have some green anodized pivot collar there. No lefty love, no lanyard hole, but you do have a lanyard pin here. Titanium backspacer. It is about a half-length backspacer. Really, really nice, very well done pocket clip. This thing carried beautifully, or has been carrying beautifully. Taking a look at your lock bar recesses there, so those are chamfered nicely, so they're not pocket rippers. Chamfering around the edges and everything are done really well. T8 hardware. Just done the right way, perfectly centered. Again, this is a prototype. So coming along, taking a look at the blade. So you have a really nice sheep's foot blade, Wharncliffe blade, worn foot, sheep cliff, whatever you want to call it. Now this does have a full, like a polished or a satin finish here, but it will have a different finish if it goes to production. It'll be a stone wash. And the other thing we're looking at, or the other thing he's looking at, is having a removable thumb stud that goes into this track. If I understand correctly, that will be a removable stud, which I think is a brilliant idea. But again, taking a look here, you've got a really nice sharpening choil. Plenty of room for sharpening. Plunge guide terminates quickly. The grinding is done very well. Now this specific knife is titanium and MagnaCut. I don't know if that's going to be the final recipe, but let's hope it is, because that's a fantastic job. And then it has the Tac Knives logo, or the Takcom logo, and then serialized as number 008. I am extremely impressed with this knife. This thing reverse flicks so money. It's got a nice little choke up point here where you have a really good landing pad. The jimping is well done. I mean, it is it's so good. It really is. And the lock bar is done really well. That doesn't look like there would be a lot of access, but it's really easy to pull over. And then the way the blade is done, you have, let's zoom in so you guys can see that. So when you do disengage the lock, that blade comes down, and you are so far away from that cutting edge that you can literally fidget this thing without even thinking about it, and just let that drop onto your finger, and you're catching where that lock bar hits every single time without fail, because you have this landing pad cut out here, and that's instantly where your thumb goes. Even if you're off of it a little bit, it just kind of slides into place, I've noticed, and then it's just, again, it just drops, and it doesn't. Like I said, I've been fidgeting with this thing forever, and I mean, it's not cut up my hand and nothing or anything, which is insane. And it rolls across really easily. Just, oh God. This thing is just made to fidget with. And then if he does the thumb stud, the removable stud, if for the guys that want to have the thumb stud, you can have that. You can slow roll it. You can thumb flick it too. If you come down here a little ways, again, I don't have the best articulation with my thumb, but you can thumb flick it. I've done it successfully once or twice. But really nice 90-degree fuller. And when this has a stonewash on it, you're going to have a little better traction here inside of that fuller. But even as it sits there with that high polished edge, you're still just able to just effortlessly reverse flicking this thing. I have been singing this knife's praises since before I really even got to play with it. When I was just seeing it in the renderings, I thought it was a fantastic design, and getting to see it come to fruition is really awesome. I wish Shane the best on this thing. Hopefully it comes, like I said, it comes to production and just absolutely knocks his socks off of how well it does. I think it's going to take the market by storm, honestly. I've never seen this texture on a knife, and maybe I'm limited under a rock. Get it? But I've not seen this texture on a production knife. It feels... It's hard to explain. It feels soft, but it's tacky. It's grippy, but not rough. It's really, really, really hard to explain. I am going to get this around to some other hands, let some other folks check this out, and it's going to be really difficult for me to let go of it for any amount of time. But we'll go ahead and jump into some specs on this guy, just some quick and dirty specifications on it. So we are looking at a blade length of right at 3 inches, overall length of right at let's see here, right at 7 1/4, a little over 7 1/4. And then we are looking at a weight of 4 ounces. So really good ratio there. The knife feels phenomenal in hand. It freaking melts. You feel nothing of the pocket clip. You don't feel any sharp edges. Everything is chamfered off really well. And then that texture that's on this titanium is just flawless. Absolutely flawless. I really do think this is as close as I've seen to a perfect pocket knife for me. It may not be perfect for everybody, but this is legitimately, like, this is my recipe for a phenomenally well done folder. I don't know anything as far as any specifics on time frame or price or any of that stuff. This is really just a show and tell, just to get some hype behind this thing, and hopefully show Shane that this will be a winner when it comes to market. And knowing him, he's going to knock it out of the park. I have a feeling who it's going to end up being OEM'd with and all that. We'll leave all that information, let him drop that info. But this will be an absolute game-changing home run, whatever you want to call it. Let Shane know in the comments what you guys think. If y'all think of a name for it, if y'all think of a cool, crazy name for it, put it down in the comments. If there's any other changes you think you might want to make or whatever, just from looking at it, drop that info as well. He is open to suggestions, but I will go ahead and tell you guys, I don't think this thing needs much change at all. So, all right, guys, again, I really appreciate y'all. As always, please remember to be kind, be humble, be EDC. We'll catch you on the next one.